Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're taking a pretty fascinating journey through the modern business landscape. And, we aren't just going to look at raw data or abstract concepts today. We're actually going to tell a story. It's a narrative about a main character we all know intimately, mostly because, well, we've all been them at some point, the modern customer. See, in this massive global rush to build faster, sleeker, highly efficient businesses, we've fundamentally changed how customers experience our brands. We've built this incredible, sprawling digital world, but as we'll see today, there's a hidden, often ignored cost to all this modern convenience.
Which brings us to the central conflict of our story. Is efficiency costing you connection? On one hand, we've got this immense, undeniable push for total automation across, well, pretty much every industry. It's cheaper, it's lightning fast, and it scales infinitely. But right on the other side of that spectrum, there's a very real risk of customer alienation. Think about it. When literally every single interaction a person has with your brand becomes a digitized, frictionless, mechanical transaction, do we risk losing the exact thing that makes people loyal to a brand in the first place? Let's turn the page to Chapter 1 to find out. Chapter 1. The Digital Age Dilemma. Let's take a quick look at the environment our customer is walking into. Now, what's really interesting about this is the massive tug-of-war we're seeing in modern commerce. On one hand, you've got the digital age. We're talking algorithms ruling the terrain, chatbots acting as gatekeepers. It offers incredible speed, automation, and massive scale. It's literally an absolute marvel of modern engineering, optimizing everything from point A to point B. But on the other hand, we have human contact. This is where you find the depth, empathy, and trust that we fundamentally crave as people. The narrative here isn't just about picking a side. It's about the intense tension between them. We desperately want the blinding speed of the machine, but we still crave the warmth and trust of an actual human. So how does this play out for our protagonist? Chapter 2. The Automated Customer Journey. Let's see what happens when our modern consumer enters the machine.
Let's track their exact path. Step 1. They click a brilliantly targeted ad. Step 2. They effortlessly enter the automated sales funnel. Beep, process, route. Step 3. They interact with a lightning-fast AI chatbot to ask a basic shipping question. So far, so good, right? The machine is just humming along perfectly. But then, inevitably, we hit Step 4. They encounter a complex friction point. Maybe it's a super specific billing issue or a highly nuanced logistical problem that simply wasn't programmed into the FAQs. And suddenly, the algorithms completely break down. The automated responses just start looping helplessly. What felt like a seamless journey just slams headfirst into a massive, impenetrable digital brick wall.
Which brings us to Chapter 3, the missing human element. This is where the tension really starts to build. Put yourself in their shoes for a second. The tension is rising. The agitation is absolutely spiking. They don't want a generic answer anymore. They just want to be heard. They're trapped in that awful loop of press 1 for this, press 2 for that, and nothing is working. It's right here that a business risks losing a customer forever to a competitor. So the crucial point is, what actually saves the day? A human touch point. By definition, this is a critical moment of interaction between a customer and a human representative that builds emotional connection and resolves complex nuance. It's not just a routine phone call, it is a vital intervention. It's the exact moment a living, breathing human steps into the cold machinery, recognizes the distress, and uses genuine empathy to fix what the algorithm simply couldn't comprehend. Chapter 4. The Power of Human Touchpoints. Let's look at the climax of our story. Imagine the profound wave of relief our customer feels when the robotic menus finally stop and a real, reassuring human voice steps in. Let's look at how this transformation plays out on a timeline, because it happens remarkably fast. In mere seconds, frustration absolutely peaks with a bot. This is the ultimate danger zone. But then, within minutes, they break through and connect with a human agent. Instantly, the temperature in the room drops. Imagine hearing, "I see exactly what went wrong here. Let me fix this for you." Within hours, the problem is fully resolved, wrapped up with empathy and accountability. And the real magic? Over the coming days, that single, well-executed intervention actually cements deep trust and loyalty. Psychology tells us that a negative digital experience, when it's swiftly rescued by a warm human touchpoint, actually creates a much stronger, more resilient bond than if the whole transaction had just been flawlessly frictionless from the start. Crazy, right? Chapter 5. Driving Real Business Growth. Now we have to pull back and look at the bigger picture. Because while this story of human connection is heartwarming, we're all still operating in the highly competitive world of commerce. Does saving this one customer actually translate to the bottom line? Absolutely. And this brilliantly illustrates how we can map soft skills directly to hard, measurable business outcomes. When a human utilizes empathic listening, the direct outcome is higher retention. The customer feels valued, so they stick around. When they offer personalized advice that an algorithm can generate, it leads to increased lifetime value. They trust your expertise, so they buy more. And complex problem solving, that actively generates brand trust and advocacy. That customer goes to dinner and literally tells 5 friends about the amazing service they got. These human actions are directly fueling your highest level business metrics.
So, what does this all mean for us? It means we must embrace what we call the hybrid necessity. Now, we absolutely do not need to throw away our digital tools. No way, far from it. The strategy is to intelligently automate for speed where it makes perfect sense, but then intentionally insert humans for complex support the very second friction arises. We have to use empathy to build loyalty and ultimately balance massive digital scale with authentic connection. It's like a giant puzzle. Let the machines handle the heavy lifting of routine tasks, freeing up your incredible human team to do what they do best: connect, empathize, and solve the messy human problems.
It really all comes down to this core truth. Human contact still drives business growth in the digital age. In an era that's completely obsessed with AI, machine learning, and endless automation, the ultimate competitive advantage isn't actually technological at all. It's biological. It's us. It's our innate capacity to listen, to adapt, and to genuinely care for one another. The tools we use might be entirely digital, but the relationships, those remain fundamentally, beautifully human.
Which leaves us with one final vital question as we wrap up this explainer. Where in your automated funnel is your customer crying out for a human voice? I really want you to think critically about your own business landscape. Walk a mile in your protagonist's shoes today. Where are the dead ends in your system? Where does the machine fail your people? Finding that exact spot and placing a compassionate, empowered human being right there to catch them, well, that might just be the most profitable and rewarding decision you ever make. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I highly encourage you to evaluate your own touchpoints today. Keep learning, keep connecting, and I'll catch you next time.